Well, hi, this is Lance. Today we're having a look at this. This is a case sent to me by a company called, or a brand called Banks. Because they sent it to me, obviously this is not going to be a review, but we are going to have a look at it and compare it to others that will, obviously be competitors to this. They've got two versions. This one is the Armoredge Air. It's a Kevlar weave for the iPhone 18 Pro Max and 17 Pro Max. Yes, I said 18 Pro Max because that's what it says on the box. See here? There. Which is not surprising considering that the 18 Pro Max is meant to look identical to the 17 Pro Max. As with most Kevlar or aramid fiber cases, they are on the whole exceptionally thin. Obviously the competitor to this type of case is the aramid fiber from a case brand like Pitaka. This is a brand that I've used quite extensively in the past, simply because they are that thin and they offer at least a little bit of protection. The one thing that I do like about this case is, although it still has the magnets in it, etc., and it is still fairly thin, it gets a little bit more bulky around the edges, but that's obviously because this does offer a bit more protection. The one thing I do like about this case is the buttons are protected as well, unlike things like the Pitaka case that does just leave the buttons open. So they substitute a little bit of protection for obviously the slimness. This one at least does protect your buttons, even the one that nobody uses. But they also have a nice clicky feel to them. Yeah, listen. That's very nice. What I do like about this is that it has the whole sort of nautical feel to it, which I really do enjoy. Even this logo at the back here is actually a design element which is metal, or at least it feels metal, and you can actually see that it actually stands out a little bit from the case itself, which is very nice. And then the rest is obviously just design elements in the actual Kevlar. The camera obviously nicely protected, comes out above the lenses so that most drops should protect it a bit. I would have liked to have seen it actually covered the camera bump as well, only allowing the lens, the flash and the LiDAR open, but that's just a personal preference. I think at least this way you can still see the color of your phone that you spent so much money getting shining through there. This is a lovely tight fit. I did notice a lot of especially the Pitaka cases, this piece at the back here actually has a bit of it's almost like a little rattle to it, so it's slightly loose. It doesn't fit as flush as I would like, whereas this one doesn't actually have that. This is fairly solid and it fits nice and close to the body the way it should do. Being Kevlar, it actually is fairly slim. As I said, the edges are a different story because they're offering a little bit more protection. But you could still see right here by the USB port that it is still a pretty thin case, and it's not going to add like a huge amount of bulk to your already chunky phone. I hear people asking, aramid fiber versus Kevlar, what's the difference? There is a difference. I had to go and look it up, mind you, but there is a difference. The aramid fiber and the Kevlar are made from the same material, but the Kevlar evidently is stronger. And they both are very heat resistant, etc., etc. So I have noticed that the Kevlar doesn't have not as much of a fingerprint magnet as the aramid fiber is, but it does still, your fingerprints are going to show over there. You can even see them a little bit there. That's just the nature of the beast as far as the materials that you're actually making these out of. This one, as I said, is a lot less. I believe it is some sort of tech that they've got built in that they do say that it's anti-fingerprint. I've found that there is still fingerprints on there, although albeit a lot less than something like the aramid fiber cases. So overall thoughts on this particular case. I actually love it. I love the design more than anything else. I think that this whole sort of nautical look And they do have other cases with various other quite interesting designs. We'll be looking at another one of them soon. I think this particular case was made to order for me because I do like the nautical sort of layouts and maps and all that type of thing. So for me, this is probably one of the better cases that I've ever used. I will, of course, have affiliate links down below so that you can go and have a look at these cases yourself if you do want to. If you did enjoy the quick look at this Banks Armoredge Air case, then please like, subscribe, all those lovely YouTuber things. And I will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye now.